All right. I have come across an article that is troubling to say the least. It's one of those things that's sort of like I feel overall like a representation of like the weirdness that goes on in our political system. And again, to be honest, I do not know the extent to which this happened before the Trump campaign and election in 2017 and all this shit that's going on now. But again, either way, it's becoming more known, which is a good thing. So I am contributing to making this issue a bit more known. So, because honestly, before this, I never would have dealt with state politics, especially not in a state other than where I'm at. But anyway, stay on topic. Okay, now let's go. First off, so what am I covering today? Will I finally ever get to the fucking point? Yes, I will, and I'm doing it now. The state government in Iowa is actually in the process, GOP-controlled state government in Iowa, is currently in the process of passing legislation that will forbid cities and counties and other municipalities from passing any rules regarding wage, time off, and benefits. So, basically, what's been going on I'm getting some lag in here. I don't know if that's... Yeah, I'm getting some weird lag in my video footage, so it's weird. I don't know, hopefully this will all come out well in the end. Anyway, so basically, since the federal government has been largely useless when it comes to improving the lives of working people, some states and some individual cities and counties have taken upon themselves to officially act, to actually raise the minimum wage, to actually mandate, a certain amount of paid time off, things like that. Paid leave for workers in their area. A couple of instances in Iowa were... Where did I put that article? Okay, here it is. Now, a couple of instances of this happening in Iowa were, let's see, Johnson County, Iowa, where the minimum wage has risen to $10.10 an hour. That was passed a city or a county ordinance or rule that was passed in 2015. Lynn County residents got a raise to at least $8.25 an hour. It's still shit, but hey, it's something. More Iowans were soon going to join them. Come 2019, Wapello County planned to raise its minimum wage to $10.10 an hour, while Lynn County was set to raise its minimum wage to $10.25, and Polk County was just like, fuck all y'all freaking weak-ass shit, and they were going to raise their minimum wage to $10.75 an hour. And Lee County was considering its own increase. However, that is more than likely about to change, because on Monday the Iowa State Senate passed a law that won't just freeze the minimum wage. It doesn't just basically... Okay, the new rule being passed in the Iowa State Senate will essentially tie the state or wages in cities and counties to the state and federal wage, which for both is $7.25 an hour. By the way, that was an increase made by fucking Bush. George W. Bush. Seriously, pause on that little side rant. 8 fucking years, and we couldn't get a minimum wage increase. Seriously? Thanks, Obama. Yeah, it was a reference. Anyway, back on the main subject. So, as everyone knows, because, it sucks, and because I just mentioned it, federal wage is $7.25 an hour. The state of Iowa's minimum wage was also $7.25 an hour, and they're now passing a bill that will forbid counties and cities from passing any law that raises it any higher. Because, God forbid, they want to actually take care of their workers and give them a livable wage. No, we can't have that. So not only are they doing that, they're forbidding them from doing it going forward, but they're also making it retroactive. So that means that any wage increases that were passed by local governments or, county governments, city governments, stuff like that, will be reversed. So all those people in, Johnson County that have now finally been able to enjoy a $10.10 minimum wage, fuck them. According to the Republicans, send them back to $7.25. And see, this is a kind of thing too. It's like, how the fuck does this happen? I mean, seriously, like the idea that it's basically like the idea that an elected official could even publicly support a bill like this, much less actually try to pass it or vote for it, and not be just like thrown out on his ass next election cycle is just unconscionable. Like, are you seriously? Like, how in the hell? How do they expect to make that argument to the voters? Oh yeah, I cut your wages from $10.10 an hour back down to $7.25. Vote for me. Like, see, this is, and that too, that going forward, I feel that will be, honestly, if people like that are this should absolutely seal a politician's fate, period. I mean, you are retroactively removing a rule that has an across-the-board positive impact on low-income workers. And you actually expect to have anyone supporting you. Like seriously, this person should get their ass kicked in a landslide. They should, like, next election, hopefully, they should be absolutely slaughtered. Like, I mean, how could you lose against that? How could you lose against, we're going to cut your pay back down to $7.25. Hope you enjoyed that extra couple bucks an hour, because it's going out. Because we care about our voters? Like, how do you even justify that? I believe that the only justification that any of them could come up with was like, we need things to be even across the state. We can't expect businesses to have to put up with the uncertainty of, what about if this town raises their minimum wage? God forbid that the workers in that area get a better livable wage. No. We have to make sure the businesses are happy, and that they don't have to worry about such horrific injustices, like their workers being, like the government requiring them to pay their workers decently, or to actually require them to give their workers paid time off. Like every other country in the world, other than the U.S. And I don't know, I think some other some other shithole somewhere, I forget where. But I think there's like one or two countries in the world, the U.S. being one of them, that does not have government mandated like paid time off, like a requirement. And this is just like, again, the idea that they could actually get away with this and not have repercussions. And of course, now, all right, here's okay. Now, of course, like I say, here's their defense is that, okay, well, we don't want it to be uneven across the state. We need uniform regulations. Okay. Why don't you raise, of course, they could have taken, if that was their actual goal, they could have, of course, taken the route of raising the state minimum wage to $10.10 an hour, or $10.75 like that one county was doing. Because they're just like, man, we're better than all you bitches. $10.75. Suck it. But no, they want to keep, they conveniently enough want to keep regulation and what the poor companies that are already put upon so much. What I forgot what I said right before that. Anyway, they want to keep them happy and make sure not to put any more stress or strain on them by making it one rate across the state, and also the low one. They don't want to, like, again, I said, hell, if that's what they had done, if they had gone the other way, like, seriously, if they had actually, see, this is what I mean with it. This is the big issue with these people. It's like, they could have done something if they were actually looking out for their constituents and actually gave a shit about the voters and wanted to pass this to, I don't know, to whatever shit reason. Like, the reasons they gave would absolutely have still been valid if they had raised the state minimum wage to the higher level that those municipalities had passed already. And their arguments would still apply. Because none of the arguments that they at least publicly made any reference to, oh, yeah, we've got to fuck people over and pay them less. It was all about, like, oh, well, we have to make sure that, the companies can be assured of stability. They don't have to worry about, one city that they're operating in having their wages hiked or something. Okay, fine. Make the state minimum wage $10.75 an hour. Then you don't have to worry about it, motherfucker. But no. Assholes.